Hello everybody and welcome back to Planet Zoo, where it looks to me like it's kept a lot of my progress from what I did before. So it looks like it's given me all my stars from Goodwin House. I had to just quickly, if any of you are wondering, I had to quickly pop back into the scenario, and as soon as I did, it popped up with all the stars and everything like that. So it's opened up the ape apprenticeship at the Madagascar Simian Conservation Project. So that's going to be a simian, an ape, a monkey zoo. Or I have the Tiger Maple Leaf Wildlife Park. I imagine that's going to be big cats. Just a guess there. So also, it looks like if I go into here, into franchise mode. It was saying that I could continue with with Web Zoo. Oh yeah, I can. Look, I can resume Web Zoo, or I can start a whole new franchise by the looks of it. So that's resuming Web Zoo. I can also do challenges now, so I can, it's basically an offline version of franchise mode with different challenges you can do, so you're not stuck with having to be online all the time. I know people didn't like that very much. And as part of the challenge, you can go to any of the career mode zoos that you have unlocked as well, by the looks of that. And then also there's sandbox where you can just play around and build a zoo if you like to just build. I like a challenge of a bit more management personally, and I'm not so into the building. I know there's other people that are like, they will build as if they're building in The Sims or something. They'll literally just sit and build. But I kind of find that's more the sort of thing that I'd prefer to see as a time lapse. And when I'm doing Let's Plays, I prefer just to sit and properly play a game and manage everything. So I may do a little bit of building, but I'll probably use a lot of existing props. I am not a good builder in this. I may have to learn. Okay, let's go to career mode. And let's start our apprenticeship, shall we? So the Madagascar Simian Conservation Zoo is the culmination of Bernard Goodwin's work in the region, specialising in simian breed and release programmes, as well as championing and highlighting the diverse species of apes and monkeys. But never one to be complacent, Bernard now wants to see what you can do in this most promising of locations. Okay. And hopefully our lovely Welsh mentor will be back. I still have a touch of sinus going on, so I apologise if I do sound a touch sniffly or a touch like like there's pressure in my nose, basically. Not a lot I can do about it. It's going to have to just go on its own.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England.
That's beautiful.
Apart from the weather, I suppose.
What?
They don't call these places rainforests for nothing.
More rain, it's just like Wales, man.
The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives.
That's fair enough.
Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living.
Hurrah!
And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get
Sounds like
back,
my house.
I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
My house right now because I have been sick, and that means I have not been tidying. Nancy!
Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates, though. We've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh?
Okay.
We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare
Lemurs!
play. Come on, let's head over to them.
I want to see what they look like. I don't know what a red-ruffed lemur looks like. Oh. How do I move? It's been ages since I've played this game. Oh, yeah. It is WASD. It just wouldn't let me do it. Okay. Zoom in. Zoom in. Red-ruffed lemurs. Hello.
Found in the rainforests of Massoala.
They're so cute.
That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready,
They're
let's
so
go find our
cute.
Bornean orangutans.
Okay. Orangutans. Where are you? Oh, your enclosure's huge. I suppose orangutans are quite big. Hello.
The
Hello.
Bornean
Hello.
orangutan is such
Are you a baby
a
one?
marvelous creature. They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in.
Hello.
And they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera.
Nancy, I'm actually pretty sure that there's quite a few, oh, I don't know what she told me to do there, but there's quite a few different big cats that can climb trees as well, that are just as big as orangutans. I'm almost certain of that. So she wanted me to... What, go on the animal camera, was it? Look at me paying attention. You're so pretty! Oh!
Aren't they just incredible?
You're so majestic! No, maybe not quite majestic. Wow.
Let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
Bonobos are definitely not majestic. But yeah, you're kind of majestic, I think. You're cool. And you got a baby. I love the animal camera. It's so good for thumbnails. And I'm going to have a lovely thumbnail with a big old orangutan on it. Unless I find something better. So look, bonobos. Now, bonobos, I believe, they are some of the closest things to humans. In a way, I think. And they have like...
Oh dear! It looks like we've arrived
no.
just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed.
Oh no!
And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping.
At
too.
least bonobos are
Select the
fairly
habitat boundary to bring up the
docile.
habitat information panel.
They are very... What I was going to say... So, I'm trying to tell you about the animals and do this at the same time. It's not working. But bonobos are like... They've got this society that's like very benevolent. And they do a lot of sort of trying to make each other happy. Right, so I've got... Oh, man. What did you tell me to do? Visiting players? What? Objectives. Box the animals in the habitat. Okay. How do I do that? How do I put you in a box? I'm pretty sure Nancy just told me, but I wasn't listening because I was talking about bonobos. Okay. Box animal. Okay, that's not too bad then. Where's all the rest of them? Hello? Bonobos? Are you... Is that a bonobo down there? That blinking enclosure is huge. Huge, I tell you. I got one boxed. May have to go to the info panel just to find them. Right, so. There's one in a box. Okay, so. Let's find you, because I think I can just go to you. I've forgotten how to do it, though. I know I can. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I want to find animal. I know there was a way to do this, because I did it before. I wish I could just box you from there. And this is why I'm doing career mode. I can rename you, but I can't find you. This is frustrating because I knew I'd done it before. And now I've had to wait 2 weeks for the game to come out, so now I don't know where everyone is. Oh, come on. Don't make me manually find them. There's a pain in the backside. I should be able to click on their portrait and find them. It says they're all in the bonobo enclosure, so... Well, there's you. Hello. Oh, okay, you're in your friend's box. Well, that's rather unfortunate. This interface takes a little while to learn properly. I guess I need to listen to Nancy more. There's one. There's one. I can at least use the info panel to find out where they are and how many of them I have boxed up. So we need to find Winnie and Adama. Ah, so if I just move them, I can move them to wherever I want, click on them and box them up. Well, that works. That works. Aha, you're my last one. Come here, let me click on you. Not like that. Hello. You're very cute. Look at you. You're very sociable apparently too. Right, okay, so in the meantime, in the time I have been doing that, the other bonobo has been terrorizing the zoo. It's taking me so long to do it. But never mind. It's fine. Right, so. Well, in that case, I think all I'll do then is I'll go to the zoo panel. I'll find the escaped one. Oh, I can't move it if it's escaped. Ah, so I can find things by moving them if it's within their pen. And that helps me find them if they're just hiding under a tree or something. But this one we need to track down. Well, it's going to be interesting then. Right, hire a vet and send the vet to capture the animal. Oh, okay. How come you're not in a box? Are you the escaped one? This is where this is the escaped one. He's gone back to his pen. No, you should be in a box,
now,
mate.
We'll need a vet to
Here we are.
that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So, we'll need to hire a replacement, sharpish.
Okay, so let's go to zoo management.
Into the zoo section, and then into the staff management area.
Veterinarian.
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
I tried. Apparently he doesn't want to go. Doesn't want to go in the bonobo enclosure, apparently. I don't know why.
Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo.
Aha. There's two. Man. Oh no, George has been in his box too long.
And
that's my fault.
Click on the call vet button to call the vet over to capture it.
Oh, you. Pause. Right. Call the vet.
Okay, that's a relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat.
Yes, because George is getting very unhappy in his box.
Head back over there.
See, this happened in my franchise mode when I accidentally put an edible fence in with a herbivore. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So that looks like it's just glass. Where's the breach?
As you can see, the barrier's collapsed.
No, I can't.
Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously.
There.
Let's get this one replaced.
All right.
Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one. Good.
Oh, yeah?
Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that. Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
Oh, that would be true, yes. So, right, climb. So it's an overhang there by the looks of it. I am not seeing the climb-proof barrier here. Is it telling me? Climb-proof options are in here. Okay. Have I got it on the wrong side? Yes, I do. So if I put it to the right.
Nicely
Aha!
done.
Yay!
And I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say?
Yes!
The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long.
I need to find
Select
George.
the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again.
Right, so habitat information. Am I doing this wrong? I'm doing everything wrong, by the way.
And then open
Oh,
the
there we are.
Animals tab.
Animals tab.
And finally, click on Unbox All Animals to let them out.
Yay!
Some of them are fair bursting for the toilet.
Especially George. Okay, so I think we're still paused at the moment, possibly. No, we're not. We're just on a normal play. So, why aren't they coming out? Does someone have to let them out? Probably the keeper has to come in and let them out, I guess. Thank you for your help, Nancy. So this is helping me work out like the best ways to do everything, the most efficient ways to do things with the interface. Like I say, it'll take a little learning. I try to listen to Nancy a bit more rather than being like, bonobos, blah blah blah, natural history lesson. Because I'm not learning to play the game that way. Nobody's unboxing these guys. There we go. It was paused.
So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts.
Well, that
You see,
explains the
mechanics
barrier.
do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo.
Like
but
maintain
one
barriers.
of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area again. Hire a mechanic and then click on a path to place them in the zoo. And then click on the path again to hire a second
There
mechanic.
we go.
As you can see, you don't have to go back into staff management if you're hiring lots of the same type of staff member.
Which is good.
Gosh, we have been busy, haven't we? Good work there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Okay, so we're all done with that. So, Bernie, you want to talk to me? Ah,
I hear
yes.
you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo.
No, you had.
The main thing is
An
that
issue.
you dealt with it swiftly. And more importantly, without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
That sounds very specific.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. The animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing.
Yeah.
So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to
So
put
this
in.
is the part of the tutorial-y stuff where it would have told me how to do all the research, and then when I went to franchise mode, I would have known how to do it. Oh, I
Now,
see.
You've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell. So we're able to place our new building inside of it.
Right, so this is good
If you
because this is
select
something I never got the
research
hang of.
centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building.
Ah,
Okay, click to add it to the building. Oh, but that won't place it in just yet, though. First, we'll need to rotate our research centre so it automatically connects to the path when we place it.
okay, so rotate. Z. Ah, come here. not really trying to snap to the path there. I think that'll do. I think it's very slightly off center possibly, but yeah, that's cool.
Splendid work. Now
Better
that
than
we
the
have
little
a
boxes
brand
I had
spanking
before.
New research center, we can give our vet something to do in there.
So it's cool. You have to
By
put
the
down
way,
the
it's
house
worth
and then
noting
put the
that the
thing
vets
inside.
will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just
Let's
now.
not worry about that just now.
So,
That sounds
let's
good.
get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select Vet Research. Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo.
See, we were doing this
and
before,
also
though.
all the potential diseases that can occur. Now, drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research.
Boop.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's
Oh,
habitat.
no.
Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights.
She's very enthusiastic about these lemurs. The lemurs are kind of cute, though. So that's the bonobos. Lemurs are back over here.
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat
Education
barriers at a height
boards.
that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Alright then. Facilities. Stuff. No. Oh, where are they in here then? Education. Viewing devices and speakers. Habitat education board. Turn on a line surface to make placing boards easier. Aha! And just pop it there or something, and they can see it. Now, it might be a little high, I'm not sure.
Okay, now
some
that they've been put into
speakers.
position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
Okay.
And
Education
from the drop-down
board.
list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure
Ring-tailed
that
lemur.
last part was obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
That would
Okay,
be terrible.
now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said.
Right, so I believe that down there they're okay because they're
Now we
areas
simply
of
need to link the
effects.
speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
There we are. Ring-tailed lemur. Perfect.
Fantastic. Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it. Ooh,
May as well just have power everywhere, to be
it
honest.
looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area.
We discovered 3
Collect your
items.
research rewards. Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
There we go. Awesome.
Now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed
I'm
lemurs.
gonna say it's not looking like they're too
Some
happy.
animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space. And you
They're
can
climbing
fulfill
everywhere.
that requirement
Oh, these
by
are the red
building
rough
them a
ones.
climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur friends need, shall
These
we?
are the ringtail ones.
Select one of them and bring up their information panel.
Okay. Little lemur. How much do you need to
Next,
climb?
click on the terrain tab.
Terrain.
Now, as you can see, the
Oh,
lemurs need
no.
quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So you can
Hurrah!
either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch.
No, I'm
By
gonna
the
pop
way,
down.
it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes.
Okay, where is the climbing frame? said you'd build one already for me. Haha! Lemur climbing frame. Yeah, I'm not going to build that one in, like, forever, so... Pop it there. There you go.
That's a great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely
Slightly
love
in the
it.
air,
Do you
but
know
oh
what
well.
would make them even happier, though? Nicer food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it?
Yes.
You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on.
Now this is a bit I was
Let's
struggling
bring up
with
the
in my
habitat
franchise
information
mode.
panel by selecting the lemur habitat.
Right, so it's in the habitat information, okay. Sometimes it just doesn't want to come up. I think sometimes I click on the wrong stuff. Come on, habitat panel. I need to work out why sometimes it comes up and sometimes it doesn't, because I feel like a bit of a dunce right now. I need to maybe get rid of this and then click on it. And there's the barrier section.
Lovely. Now select the Animals tab.
Ah, so it's sort of clicking on from outside sometimes. Okay, fine.
There we go. As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select Grade 2 Food Quality. Grade 2 Food Quality. My mouth's already watering.
Lovely. And we've also got box all animals, which I should have done earlier.
A new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild.
I like doing
You
this.
see,
It's cool.
when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits will be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood
I've got a
of your
lot more
zoo,
than I used to.
because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat.
That seems to be going up as I'm playing as well, which is amazing, because that wasn't happening in the beta. So orangutans, we're gonna go and release an orangutan into the rainforest.
I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan, in the habitat and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the Animals tab in the Habitat Information panel, and find him in the Animals list.
So that's how you get to them. Nice. I knew there was a way to move to them, but that's a little bit more involved than I thought it was. But yeah, it's all about that habitat. Rather than going to the whole zoo section, it's all about the habitat information panel. So you're doing very well, mister. Hello. Hello, hello. I want to release you to the wild. Makes you feel a little bit sad, but...
I know, it's sad to see him go.
Yes!
Out in the wild.
Nancy
And
knows.
he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
Yes.
Ah, I see you've been doing some homework. Although, it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
I think Nancy's jokes are better than yours.
So far, we've done a lot of work with habitat animals, but now it's time to learn all about exhibit animals. Let's build a brand new exhibit.
See, this is good
I've marked an
because
area for our new exhibit.
I struggled with this as
How
well.
about we head over there?
I was being such a derp with doing the exhibits. Like, they've got their own temperature controls and everything. And I didn't know how to put it into one of these.
In the gap that's been left.
Yeah.
Just add it to the building like we did with the research centre earlier. Then pop it into the gap.
Exhibits are in facilities? Why would they be in there? Seems a daft place to put them. You're meant to be able to go in the gap, but... I need to turn you around a bit. Doesn't want to go. Come on. This is where it's not quite square. Oh, I see. You click to select and then you add it in.
Perfect. The
There we
next thing to
go.
do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one.
Alright. Gila monster. Come to me. Cannot to be released into the wild, it's fine.
With habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit.
Oh, Gila monster.
Click on the exhibit to send it there.
Okay. I would have called it a Gila monster. I would have not known. So. Move to exhibit.
When you send an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup. But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off.
Okay.
We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel.
See, this is a thing I had to research it in my franchise. I was like, I don't know what to do.
Now click on the layout tab. Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the enrichment level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind.
Sucks.
Let's turn on at least one of them for the Gila monster.
At least it's saying not yet researched and things like that, rather than just... Yeah, this is much better.
You know by now, you can unlock more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila monster happy and comfortable. Click on the climate tab.
So at the moment...
Here, you can see the Gila monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can change both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy.
Now the humidity is an issue here. So apparently the humidity is far too high. Let's get that right down to like 50% and then we'll see. It probably needs to be even lower than that actually. Go down to 23 and see if that's about right. Likes it dry and hot.
The thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab. You can edit and customize any of the windows on an exhibit. A window can be closed and blank, or have a 2-dimensional background, or even a 3-dimensional background on it.
What's a 3-dimensional?
Play around with the options.
I want a 3-dimensional background. I'm playing around with it. I don't know.
There's also an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
I'm still playing with the windows, Nancy. And the problem is, then I'm not listening to what she's saying. Oh, she wants education boards. Okay, fine. Let's put an education board down. I'm still trying to snap to the enclosure there. I'm not entirely sure where to put this thing. Let me just put it there. Okay, that sounds good. Right, so that's their education board. So I figure I need to link it to the Gila monster even.
Now our guests can learn all
Yay!
about our venomous friend here.
Oh, he's
Right,
venomous.
Now,
Oh,
I've
look
got
at
a bit of
him.
a big job for you.
Okay.
I need you to increase the number of species.
Oh
in the zoo.
no!
You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop. I'll check in with you when you're almost done.
Okay. What is my objective then? How many do I have to do? So I done all the silver stuff. Gold. We want to have at least 12 species in the zoo, and we have 9 right now. So if I just build like another nice one of these habitats and put 2 things in it, and have 2 different exhibits, and then I could just build 1 enclosure. That would be fine. Now, I need space. I need space to build. Well, there seems to be a lovely little space for me to build over here by the looks of it. Okay. Is there a nice space where I could put another exhibit? It's all quite closed off and lots of walkways and things. There's not really a ton of space where I can put like a new exhibit down. So I'm guessing we just need to go over to this part of the new part of the zoo. What's over there? Oh, is that the way in? Okay. Yes, we need to go over to this new part of the zoo and just build a really nice enclosure and some paths and stuff like that. So I'm going to start off with... I mean, it's already given me a bit of a barrier there. I think that's just to stop them going into the water. Is that like a... That's an enclosure for a... hippopotamus. Okay, so now I need to work out what we have in the zoo and what we don't have, so that I know what to add. Yay! New research for the ring-tailed lemurs. So, what do we have? We have hippos, orangutan, lemurs, mandrills. We don't seem to have chimpanzees and stuff. Alright then. Or do we have chimpanzees? We just can't. It's not in the zoo. See? That's clearly what we need to put in, right? Chimpanzees. So can we buy any chimpanzees? I need to go to the sales section. See if we can buy some. Okay, so we've got loads of tapirs, bonobos. Any chimpanzees? Let's have a look at the different species we got. I want a chimp. Apparently there aren't any. Whoa. It sucks. There are, however, Japanese macaques. They might be quite cool. What? There's none of them left? No! What have we got then? Orangutans, hippopotamuses. We already got these things. I need new species. Mandrills. Do we have mandrills yet? They look pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna look in my zoo and see if I have mandrills yet. It does not look like I have mandrills. Or do I? I do already have them. Damn. No. I need new ones. Need new stuff. We don't have chimpanzees, but there's none for sale. There needs to be a new thing, or otherwise it'll be no good. What about a red panda? Do we have red pandas? Oh, there's none there. Okay. I'm gonna end up putting an aardvark in just because I don't have anything else. Greater flamingos. You could put them in the water. Antelopes, leopards, and things like that. Western lowland gorilla. No! Why is there no useful stuff? Chimpanzees! Yay, I found them! I knew you'll be here somewhere. So this is what we're meant to be putting in. Clearly. I don't want to spend all my conservation points on them though, so I'm gonna get cheap ones. I got like 1,000, so I don't mind too much. Okay, so you're quite cheap and you're quite cheap. What do you mean the listing expired? Refresh. Can I refresh? Refresh. There we are. What? How did that happen? We had them and then they all went away. So fast. Wow. There were loads of them there a minute ago. Grrr. I'm very upset with that. Maybe we could refresh it again. Maybe they'll come back. Yay! New ones! Quick, buy them before they go away. Do you want a male and a female, or are you not even really looking? You're a female. You're a male. That will do. And there looks like a good place for putting a, yeah. Have this whole bit for like a chimp enclosure, and we could just put our exhibit up there. I want to make an exhibit. Okay, so we need barriers that are chimp proof and a habitat gate, and we need to make sure there's power and all of this good stuff. Okay. So I'm actually going to start with a path. I'm just going to link these paths up a little bit. No, then I think I need it to be a little bit less big than that. And a little bit less big than that. Maybe 4 meters? Is that 4? Yeah, it looks to be 4 meters around that sort of area. And I want to put a little path down. A natural path with curb markers. No, I want a unnatural path. I'm liking the accessibility. You've got a ramp there. Most of it is like this lodgewood stuff, so let's just do that. And we'll just like, I'm gonna like basically have the chimps in the middle. Have just a big round path going all around. I'm gonna make it quite big, because the enclosure seems to need to be fairly large. And hope that this is enough for them. And this is a lot more informal than my previous builds have been. I've been very worried about having everything in like a grid or whatever. I'm going to be a lot more like blasé about it, I think, now. Just as long as it lines up. There we are. Okay. So that's where my habitat is going to be. Hopefully it will be big enough for 2 of them. And I'm gonna... Oh, we're making a profit here. This is good. I'm gonna also put a nice barrier up that will keep them in. I don't know if they need particularly... I don't know much about them. I think they can climb. So climbable, not climbable glass. Not climbable red brick. I see. Although track stuff, chain link is climbable. And a hedge is also climbable. And it is also eatable. Nobody told me that. Or edible, as the case may be. So what I can do is I can put the wood log one in, and I can put climb proof protection on, or I can just make it red brick. I think I'm actually going to do the wood logs and make it climb proof. So I'm just going to kind of try and follow along. No, I don't want it that small. We need it taller, if anything. Like about 3.5 meters tall. That's fine. And it doesn't need to be straight. I need a curly one. Angle snare off. I've clearly selected something to make this straight. Yes, it counts as the perimeter. Why don't I make a curly path? Or maybe it just needs to be a shorter length. Oh, it's a lot easier to deal with now. It was really difficult to change it, the length of things. It's gotten a lot better now. They've clearly improved quite a few things. And I can make a slightly larger section along here. It's kind of straight. I could even make that out of glass, actually. That would be a really good viewing place for them, I feel. I'm going to make this section out of glass. And then we'll go back to the logs. And we'll go for a much shorter length there. This is so much easier to do. I love it. So that was all I needed, was just a bit more control over it, really. Now we can probably put a nice glass viewing place along here as well. And then go back to the wood. And then don't let me forget to put the climbing stuff on it. Or they're gonna climb out. And they're gonna be like, hee hee hee. Like the ferrets, if they ever escape, they always think it's really funny. And I don't think it's really funny. But they think it's hilarious. They think it's the funniest thing they've ever seen in their lives. Or ever done in their lives. There's nothing better to a ferret than escaping. See how much better this enclosure making is. I don't know how high they can climb. I don't know if there's a way to tell. Lots of nice places we can see them from. But also places they can hide. Hopefully they won't think that that's too invasive to their privacy. Yeah, and it also snapped to the edge there as well. So I made a lovely enclosure there. It was really easy to do. That was so much easier than it previously was to deal with all of this. That was so hard to get it just to jump to the right amount, but now it's just easy. They've made big improvements to that. Okay, next, climb-proof things. And then I want to just get all of the wooden bits selected and make them climb-proof. And then we can go and get our animals out of storage as well. So that seems to be the right way. I'll do it for the other sections. And now glass, I believe, is not climbable to start with, so I don't think we need to put climb-proof stuff on the glass. But we do need to put it on here.